Alright, so this is the follow-up video. Now we're going to take a look at the other end of it, the student aspect of getting into Google Classroom. Some students probably have been exposed to it. As for anytime you're using technology, many years ago I got advice from a former superintendent, um, and she had just simply said, when using technology, don't let your fears be their fears. And I always took that away because, kids with technology, you give a 4-year-old an iPad and they've figured out more things to do on it than we could. So when you're doing this, just let the kids, just trust them a little bit because they'll be very resourceful and they'll be able to do it themselves. So don't, like I said, don't let your fears of technology impede their, because they're not scared of technology. They like to get themselves right into it. All right, that's my little soapbox comment there. All right, so let's see if say I wanted you set up your classroom and now you want your students to add. Now what I've done in the past is I've just on the smartboard I just put up the access code that I showed you. I'm going to show you a teacher that actually is using Google Classroom for our safety patrol, for our 5th grade safety patrol. So all she did is gave the kids the access code and they kind of took off from there and did what was needed to do. So if I'm a student, I'm going to go to Google Classroom. All right. Now instead of creating a class, I'm now going to click that plus sign and I'm going to join a class. Now the access code is U7V6J, and I'm going to click join. That's not good. Maybe I copied that wrong. Let's take a look back at Terry's email. U7V6. Let's see. Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. Okay, so we click the plus sign. Let's join the class. Okay, so as you can see, it's important to have the right class code. If not, it won't work. Okay, so this is Terry Horrigan's page for our 5th grade safety patrol for 2016-2017. Just a little shout out to Terry. Terry was North Boulevard's Teacher of the Year, so congratulations to Terry. She does a wonderful job with her 1st grade students. Alright, so this is Terry's stream. As you can see, it's a little bit different. We see that instead of saying students, it now says classmates. So I can see who is in, who I have here, and I can access some of those things. I can email a classmate if I have a question, maybe something that I was working with them on, I want to email them, so that's easy enough to do. Alright, so for as a student though, as you see, Miss Horgan just posted up a Google form for her safety patrol application. Looks like she did this in a announcement style, so the form is right there. I would just click on the form and go through. Now as you can see, the students were commenting on the work. Obviously, when you give them access like that, they are going to, they're going to comment. So it's important, obviously, to let them know that, to use this for useful information. As we get down a little bit lower, have the students warning them we can see, and then Terry was able to respond, and so on and so forth. So that's what it looks like on the kids aspect. Let me show you a classroom that I'm signed into that is used regularly in a daily classroom. So all I did to see that was I just clicked on my 3 lines here. This shows me all of the classes that I am signed up for. Alright, so if I look at, these are my, so on the side here, these are the ones that I have access to, and these are the ones that I'm enrolled in now. Okay, so we're going to take a look, let's take a look at the literacy for Mrs. Valero's classroom. So as you can see, she has her post on now. I just keep this to see what she's up to in her classroom. As you can see, my homework assignments have been completed because it says not done, not done. Okay, so as you can see, all of these, as a student, this will remind me that I still have it missing. Okay, since she did not put a due date on it, it will just say not done. If you were to put a due date as a teacher, the student would see late, and it'll be like a red blaring, it would be red and blaring looking at them. Okay, so if I'm a student, this is what my dashboard looks like for them, and it keeps track of everything. All right. Now, the other portion of that, the best thing that I want to show for both you and your students, is that Google, anytime there is a assignment created, Google creates a folder with the assignment that's in there. So to access that folder, to kind of keep track of everything, you just simply go to your drive. Okay. If your drive is anything like mine, things are all over the place. It looks nice with my folders here, but really it gets a little hairy down here. So you want to use the search drive. You want to search for classroom. All right, and oops. Let's try that again. Okay, so in my classroom, in my drive, okay, this is my folder. Okay, it's going to be folders within folders within folders. All right, so now here are the various classrooms that I have signed up for. Okay, here's our trial for Summit that we just created. Here's our safety patrol that we just used to sign in. Here are ones that I'm enrolled in. Alright, so let's take a look at ones that I'm enrolled in. So again, we're going to stick with this classroom. As a student, we're going to look at this. So if I'm a student, right now what's going to happen for me is it's going to put all the documents that are in that classroom are right here for me. So here's my assignment that I never did, my book review. So as you can see, I didn't do anything here, but it's in a folder, it's there, I have access to it. As you can see, I have turn in. Okay. Once a student turns it in, it will change from I can now access this, I can type freely about anything that I want to do. Once I click turn in, I will no longer be able to edit it until the owner of the classroom that I turned into either returns it to me, Right, it would be a view only, or I unsubmit my work. All right. So that's for if you were a student. Then if you were as a teacher, for you, if you had in your classroom, so one that I was in, that I'm the owner of, that I run in my classroom, for example, it would make a folder with me with everyone's work. So let me show you an example of that. So let's use my 20. Okay, so here's my literacy page. So as you can see, I do everything in mine as an assignment. So every assignment that I label, it makes a folder for it. So for example, in the first video I did Promise to Keep Lesson 3. That's there. Let me show you one that I know students did sign in that actually did their work for. So here's Promise to Keep Lesson 2. So here is all the students' work that they were all given access to make a copy of everything. So it's all right here for me. It keeps everything nice in folder. If they say, oh, I lost that, can I have another copy of that? They have it in their folder, you have it in their folder. There's no more losing papers anymore because everything is done for you. So like I said, the best part about it is it makes a folder within a folder, and it keeps track of everything. So if it goes along with if you make an assignment, it makes a folder in your drive, you have to do nothing. All you have to do is search for it using the search bar. Okay, so let me show you. Whoops, let's go back to that classroom folder. What I want to show you is what it looks like. As I said before, I said how once you hand something in, it will say view only or whatever it may be. So let me just see if I can find someone that I know handed it in, hopefully. Okay, so this is their work. I can access it, I can comment on it. His last edit was made yesterday at 9:47. So this is something that he handed in. It doesn't look like he's done, so he might not be the best example for this. Okay, this student is done, so I can see that. I can see their work. I can comment on it just like a normal doc. Okay, so that is keeping track of their work, your work. Everything is there. Um, so hopefully that was helpful to you from kind of both ends. It kind of gave you a lot there to think about, and I was kind of clicking around. The other thing that I want to show you is that if you are, this is back to me as a student, um, I can, as a student, the only thing I can do as a student is create a post. So this would be like an announcement to the class. It will do nothing more than notify them that maybe I have a question, or um, I have a problem. If somebody can help me out, kind of looking for a little help or assistance in one way or the other. So that's the only thing that a student can access on the stream itself. And of course, by clicking classmates, you can see who is in the room, and I can then email my classmates by doing that. All right. So give it a whirl, see what happens. Like I said, let the kids do it. A lot of kids have been exposed to it. Give them time, and give yourself some time.